Ah, lovely. Nice cup of tea. You alright there, Spike? Oh, check out the new pajamas. Hi there, folks. Del here. Right, what's been going on? I'm currently in Stourport. Didn't go to Spain in a van in the end because of the coronavirus, which is a good thing because it would have cost me a lot of money to get home with all these PCR tests and being out of Brexit and being out of Europe even. So I'm kind of glad I didn't go. So I've been stopping on the boat. We're in the lovely Stourport on 7 at the moment. It's okay here. It's served a purpose. It's not somewhere I'd like to live. I shan't go into it, but I've had a few problems up here with travellers and dogs, and but no, it's okay. It served a purpose. I'm on the moorings at Stourport on the upper basin. The moorings is called a Christmas tree because from bird's eye view it looks like a Christmas tree. All the pubs are shut. I did actually get here before the lockdown and some of the pubs were open, so I was able to go around and check some of the pubs out, and which I was going to do a video about, but unfortunately they're all closed now. So it's reasonably early in the morning. I haven't long been up, so hence my lovely tartan pajamas. And I thought I'd have a chat, speak to you guys. So let you know what the plans for the channel are. It's what is it today? I don't know. It's I don't know, 10th February, something like that. 9th, 10th February. I'm a trader on the canals, and I repair boats. I mainly do electrics, but I do everything basically, and sell essentials like toilet fluid and such. This year, I usually come back from Spain about March, and I go trading. But this year, there's nothing to stop me really going trading. I've just called the Canal River Trust and emailed them, and they've given me the okay. They've asked me to check with the police, so I phoned the police up, and they've okayed it. They're fine as long as it's an essential service, which is fixing people's boats is. Basically, my boat is my van. I just happen to live in it. And yes, the police then told me to check with the government's website. So I went online and checked with the government's website, and because I can't work from home, even though I do actually work from home, everything's okay. So I've got emails to say everything's fine. So if I ever get stopped or whatever, because we are in lockdown at the moment, and I do feel for people not able to take their boats out. Hopefully it'll be gone before the beginning of the season in spring, and we'll be able to get out responsibly and start enjoying the canals again. So so I'm leaving here probably about 10-15 days time. I'm going to head up the Staffs and Worcester Canal. I'm going to be vlogging as I go. Hopefully the vlogs will be a lot better quality than the last ones, because all of those were basically on an SD card, and I could only really work with the footage that I had when I left Llangollen. So I've been using my time productively in the boat, learning how to edit to a degree. I'm still not brilliant, but I try to learn a new trick on every video. I've been doing a little bit of work. I've installed some solar panels on Andrew from Tales from the Swan's Next boat, who's moored down here in his lockdown mooring. Well, not a lockdown mooring, but just somewhere he's parked up in the area. So he's happy, and I shall be featuring on one of his future videos, which I'm really looking forward to. So basically, shall be leaving here 10-15 days time, heading up to Staffs and Worcester, vlogging as I go, First stop will be first cruise, first vlog will be from Stourport on 7 up to Wolverley, through Kidderminster up to Wolverley. And then we shall be heading Wolverley to Cookley, good chip shop at Cookley, and some good pubs as well. So hopefully by then they might be back open again. We'll test a few ales at the Eagle and Spur. That'd be nice. And yeah, and then I'll be heading from there to Kimver to Greensford and Swindon, and so many good pubs on this stretch of canal. I hope they're going to be open. I really do. Otherwise, I'm just going to break into tears when I cry. I just cry when I go past them. Yeah, and then we'll be heading up to Wombourne, and then we shall go from Wombourne to Alverley Junction, where the canal joins the Shropshire Union. And then I shall decide one of two things, depending on what's happening with the stoppages at the time, and also basically what kind of mood I'm in, really. I'm either going to go north up the Shroppy, do the Llangollen again, because I do that every year, and I do love that canal. Unfortunately, if we've got another lockdown or anything like that, it's not really worth me going up there, because there's not a hell of a lot of liverboard up there to require the boats fixed. I mean, last year when I was up there, I only did I think 4 water pumps or something, and then one guy had broke down because he basically put any diesel in his tank and it just filled up with water over winter, and I had to sort that out. And oh, absolute nightmare. If you had just told me the situation before I started the job, it would have took half the time. But anyway, yeah, so I'd go up there again, then come across, be the Middlewich Arm, down the Trent and Mersey, down to Fradley, turn right, down the Coventry, North Oxford, the Ashby as well, and then down the Oxford and down to London, and then back up the Grand Union and River Trent, and then I'm not sure yet. Otherwise, it'll be head up. If we don't go that way, we'll head up to the top of the Staffs and Worcester, the Great Haywood, stopping at Penkridge, etc. on the way. Then hook a right there and stop at Penkridge, and then head down to Rugeley and Hansacre and all the places down there. Some really nice little stops there. Again, cracking pubs in that area, and the beer is so cheap. So £2.50 a pint, and even cheaper than that in some places. And it's really good ale. So it would be a real shame if the pubs are shut when I go through there. But yeah, going down to the Mucky Duck, the Swan at Fradley, and then again hooking a right and going down to London. Seems we're going to do on the later part of the other cruise. So yeah, like and subscribe and join me on my journey. Right, for now, I better get dressed, finish my lovely cup of tea, and I'm going to go and take the dogs for a walk around Stourport. I'll take the camera with me, and I'll give you a little look around Stourport, and normal videos will resume. Hopefully, probably the end of this month I'll have something knocked together, and that would be the Stourport to Wolverley cruise. And yeah, hopefully we can pick a few customers up on the way and keep the wolf from the door. So, because times this bloody COVID and the marinas being closed to tradesmen has been a big kick in the wallet this year. So anyway, stay safe, and hopefully we'll get through this soon, and we can just put it all behind us and carry on boating. So take care, look after yourself, and enjoy the video. Thank you. We begin the tour of the basins at the bottom of the lawns of the former Tontine Hotel, built by engineer James Brindley in 1788, to house the visitors and the workers of the basins. The hotel has since been converted to apartments. This is the entry to the broad beam lock, used for broad beam craft to enter the basin. The mooring point is situated below. This is the lower broad beam basin. Ahead you can see the upper broad beam lock. Heading away from the broad beam lower basin, we head to the mooring point for visitors and narrow beam craft wishing to use the narrow beam lower locks. This is the lower narrow beam staircase lock. You will enter the river through this arch. If you've never used a staircase lock, please pay attention to the signs from the Canal River Trust in how to operate the lock safely. Go on. This way. This is the local dry dock run by Limekiln Chandlers. This is the local trip boat, the River King. She provides regular 40-minute trips and afternoon cream tea trips from Stourport Bridge. Looking ahead, you can see the lower chamber of the upper staircase lock. This is the upper chamber of the upper staircase lock. This exits onto the upper basin. This is the upper basin. To the left is a hire boat company called Starline Boats. Like I said earlier, if you haven't used a staircase lock before, please stop and read this and avoid the risk of sinking your boat. Looking over the lower basins, we are currently standing adjacent to the upper Broadbeam Lock. This is the upper Broadbeam Lock. Narrow beam craft are not permitted to use the upper or lower Broadbeam locks due to water conservation. This is the Wharf Tavern, a local music venue. This is where you want to go to get your boogie on. This is the upper basin, viewed from the top of the Broadbeam Lock. To the left is Stourport Yacht Club. Across the water you can see the Christmas tree moorings, and oh, look, there's my boat. And there's the wharf. Here's another view of the upper basin, viewed from the bridge over the entrance into the fifth basin. The fifth basin was originally infilled, but it has since been dug out and moorings built. Unfortunately, the local residents of the flats don't want boaters in there, so there's no boats being moored there. This is Limekiln Chandlers. I can't recommend them highly enough. Fantastic company. To the left is situated the facilities block. Ladies, gents, toilets, shower, bins, and there used to be a washing machine, but the Canal and River Trust have since removed it, so we walk around in dirty clothes now. Sweet. Oh yeah, and there's an Elson and a pump out, but the pump out at Limekiln Chandlers is cheaper than the Canal and River Trust one. Here's a Biffa bin compound. Amazingly, the bins aren't overflowing, so the locals obviously haven't been around fly tipping. This is the entrance to the Christmas tree moorings. This is where I am. They're run by the Canal and River Trust. Right, here's the boat, and that marks the end of this little tour. Thank you for joining me around Stourport Basins, and I hope you enjoyed it. Take care. In you get there. Go on, Spike, in you get.